sex scandals, drugs, brutal assault, lawsuits, and that's just the part they don't show you.
Even though reality is in the title, that doesn't necessarily mean that what you're watching is reality.
Every night, millions of couples, single women, single men, grandparents, and even teenagers gather around their television to watch some type of reality show. I think most of these are the dumbest things ever created. And I'm not talking about shows like MasterChef or Shark Tank. I'm talking about shows like Bad Girls Club, Love Island, and the Housewives of whatever, which pull in enough eyeballs to fill a small country. 90 Day Fiance boasts over 14 million viewers. The Real Housewives franchise has over 4 million viewers, and it's been on air for over 18 years and has brought in more than $4 billion in revenue. Billion with a B. And don't get me started on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So while these are obviously not my cup of tea, I can't ignore the data that they are very popular. And while the camera is supposedly always rolling, you get the sense that this is more art imitating life. But the craziest thing about reality TV is that what they don't show you is the realest part about it. So today we're gonna find out once and for all, what is all the fuss about with reality TV, and what can we learn from this train wreck that America seems obsessed with that we can apply to our storytelling to get more eyeballs on our own content. Let's talk about the snacking do. Reality TV viewers watch over 4 hours of reality TV per week. It makes up nearly 50% of TV watched by teenagers and just about 42% of everybody else. 33% of reality TV viewers are between 18 to 29, 32% are between 30 and 49, and 27% are between 50 and 64. This means just about every age group watches reality TV at similar rates. Even in the world of YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and countless streaming services, reality TV is still more than a $10 billion market. So what do all these shows have in common that make them so special among their viewers? For starters, they know their audience. Now, every type of reality TV show has a different demographic, and they do a great job of serving them. Aside from knowing everything about the people that are watching their shows, they keep pumping out more of what they want to see. They speak their language, they know their culture, and they lean into it. There's a reason the most recent Bachelor finale had over 6.3 million viewers. They also use the power of social media to drive views by posting the most provocative and salacious content.
So what do you do?
Have you ever seen Magic Mike?
Yeah.
That's what I do.
What do you mean? You're a stripper?
Yes.
Which brings people flooding to the screens to see it. But why do people keep watching it? It's one thing to drive traffic to your program, it's another to keep it. But people love gossip. We want to hear about the neighbors. We want to hear about our coworkers. We want to hear about anybody's trials and tribulations that are not us.
It has been 18 hours since Mia has been arrested, and still no one knows where she is.
And reality TV taps into this desire. People love to watch people. It's as simple as that. Think about if the cops are called to your neighbor's house and everybody's either staring through their window or sitting on the porch sipping coffee, watching the drama unfold. Reality TV is that fly on the wall, but it's a bit more than that. You see, as you sit on the porch and you watch your neighbors go through whatever domestic disturbance is going on, reality is you don't know the full story. So you start imagining things and speculating and filling in the gaps with whatever you have in the dark corners of your mind. And that's what reality TV is. It's part voyeurism, it's part excellent storytelling. You take some real people, put them in a fake situation, or sometimes a real situation. Then you throw in I'm gonna delete all that. Then you throw in Then you throw in as many crazy caveats as possible. It's constant conflict and suspense, and your brain is hardwired for it. Not only do we get a good flood of dopamine and serotonin, but it's the juxtaposition of an exciting first-person experience within the safe confines of our own home. It feels vaguely familiar because the premise is that the people we are watching are real people. So it's very easy to put ourselves in their shoes and create this immediate affinity for the characters. Essentially, we think they are us. I've been guilty of it myself. I walk into the living room and my wife is watching the 99th season of some dumb dating show, and I'm like, why is this even on? But if I watch it for longer than 10 seconds, I find myself complaining about how Becky is selfish, and I can't believe Keith wants to date her.
In this situation with this girl, with this thing, just want to have a good time and get along with this girl. She's so cold to me, man.
and waiting around to see who goes home and who gets to go on the magical dream date. In storytelling, we are always trying to bring the reader in and have them join us on the voyage. Reality TV almost has that as a given because we can relate to the characters, because we've accepted as fact that they are real people, even though the bulk of it is scripted. But for as great as the storytelling is, there's a dark side to reality TV that you usually don't get to see, which is honestly probably more fascinating than what they show you. The problem is it makes the networks look bad, and the networks are in the business of making the people on the show look bad. You see, reality TV shows are all about controlled chaos. The networks want to create and control the narrative, and they do their best to make sure there are severe penalties when they can't, from NDAs to arbitration agreements. They want to ensure that their version of the story is the only one that's told. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Netflix is involved in a lawsuit right now with its Love is Blind show over exploitation claims. They've been accused of underpaying, underfeeding, pushing alcohol to contestants, even false imprisonment and sexual assault.
Love is Blind contestant Renee Poche is suing Netflix. The veterinarian alleges that the show's production team had, quote, concerns about her fiance, quote, warning Poche to ensure he did not have access to firearms or other weapons.
Nearly every reality show has been accused of editing video to make the talent look one way or the other, and some even using traumatic events uncovered in the psych evaluation to create content that is taken out of context or coerce the talent to do things they otherwise would.
Producers were constantly bringing up past traumas in order to break you down emotionally and get the reaction that they wanted. And I also thought that the things that I disclosed in the psych eval were confidential.
You see, unlike actors that have the Screen Actors Guild behind them, making sure there's fair pay and fair treatment, reality show actors usually have no such thing.
I would put it to you that some of these shows have the ethics of a cash register. They're really not interested in the human being and their psychology. They're interested in their ratings. And I think that is disgraceful.
Now, there was a movement started by Bethany Frankel from The Apprentice and The Real Housewives of New York to work with SAG on protecting reality TV actors, but it's a far cry from what full SAG members actually get. Bravo has been all over the news lately for some of the drama with its reality shows, from fraud and embezzlement to racial discrimination and physical assault. But that's part of the reason why people love to watch reality TV, because the drama just keeps on going even after the cameras stop rolling. Another element that really pulls people into reality TV is how they take real situations and pump in artificial drama. This part might be the biggest takeaway for creators, writers, anybody that makes content. Life is exciting. If you boiled your day or your week down to just 30 minutes, it would probably make some of the best TV ever. You waking up and spilling coffee, you cursing out traffic as you rush into the office, you wanting to punch your boss in the nose if he asks you for your WBS codes one more time, your office crush, your office nemesis, your sick mom in the hospital, your drug-addicted stepbrother. Life is exciting. The magic is in the edit, and that's what reality TV does. They can cut out all the mundane and just leave in the drama. You see, each show has their own stipulations, a dating show, a show about everyday life, an adventure show, whatever. But then they take these characters and they give them rigorous guidelines and control the inputs, and then they let them naturally react. So most of the fallout is real, but the networks are producing the situations. And because each character or contestant goes through a selection process, they know everything about them, and they use that to get the most over-the-top reaction. Then it's just about the edit and using that to portray the character however they want. And if you think about it, in writing, this is usually where the best stories come from. Character-driven stories, where you create a character that is so well-defined, they seem real. Then you put them in terrible situations and let them react. And as long as the reactions seem genuine, people will follow the story. With reality TV, the assumption is that these people are real. So no matter what they do, however extreme or stupid or outlandish, viewers think this is really them. At the end of the day, since the first episode of Candid Camera, reality TV is here to stay. And if we focus on making our storytelling seem a little bit more like real life, well, you know the saying, if you build it, they will come.